Hi there, this is Shasta with Live, Love, Learn, Go because I believe you should live life, love more, and learn as you go explore. I am all about helping people find their passions, to chase after their dreams, and to become everything that you're meant to be. That is what I want to do in life because that's what people did for me to help me get me to where I am today. And so I think it's so important for you to have a cheerleader and have somebody in your life that believes in you. And that's what I want to be for you. So I'm here for you. And the other day I did a very serious video on suicide. And I was sharing some of my personal poems and my personal struggles with suicide when I was really struggling in life. And I've gotten quite a few messages from women, mostly women, who are struggling with the feeling that other people just don't understand what they're going through. And I think that is one of the biggest struggles when you're in that, is that you feel like nobody understands, and then there are people that genuinely they cannot understand. And so this video is just going to talk really quickly on trauma and just kind of give you a visual representation of what trauma is. So if you're going through something and you're like, I don't understand why I feel this way, why does this always happen to me? This might help give you a visual understanding of what's going on in your brain. And for those of you who've never been through trauma, you've never had a traumatic experience, there's no way that you can understand what goes on. But I hope that this will help you see and give you a visual representation of what somebody who is going through trauma is feeling and experiencing when they are having memories or thoughts about the traumatic event. And so somebody once told me that memories are like little cards in a card catalog. Now, for some of you, you get that. You went to the library and you pulled out your little card catalog and you dug through and you found your little paper that said where the book was and you followed it. Well, a lot of people don't know what a card catalog is anymore. So think of it as a filing cabinet. So you've got a filing cabinet in your brain, a bunch of little filing cabinets. And in these filing cabinets are little cards. And on each card is a memory. Okay, so when you go to have a memory, you dig through your filing cabinet, and I teach sign language, so I always talk with my hands. Dig through your filing cabinet, and you pull out a card, and in your mind, you pick that card up and you read it, and you're like, oh, there's my memory. I remember that. Oh, I played with Johnny on the swing in second grade at, the school. Okay, you put that memory card back. That's a memory card. That's a normal event. Okay. Maybe there are emotions attached to it, okay? So you might go through and you might pick up a card and it's your 5th birthday party, okay? So there's some little, wires going off and you have the choice. You can pick those wires up and you can plug them in. You feel so happy. You can remember the music. You can, feel how happy you were that day on your 5th birthday. And you're like, oh, that's nice. And you can unplug it and put it back and file it away and you move on, okay? It's different with traumatic events. When people have trauma, those cards are messed up, okay? These wires that have all those memories, those feelings, those emotions, they're like live wires. Have you ever seen a live wire just flapping around, going crazy? The electricity's going through it, and nobody wants to touch it because it is dangerous. Okay, that is what is happening when somebody's going through their filing cabinet and they pick up a card, or maybe the card's pulled out because it's attached to something else. And all of a sudden, instead of having these little wires that you can nicely plug in like we do our phones, you have this live wire, a couple live wires, and they're all going all over on this card. So this card's been pulled out, and it's shocking this person. It's shocking them with all these feelings and emotions and senses, and they're reliving that moment. They're not just reading and thinking, oh, I remember that happened. That was pretty bad. No, they're feeling it. They're experiencing. It is shocking everything. It's shocking memories around it. It's shocking their smell, what they're hearing, the way they feel. Everything happens so quickly and it's out of control. And somebody who's going through this, if they have not been taught the skills, and I don't necessarily know those skills, that's what therapists are for, and they are people that know what to do. They teach people how to take those cards and how to grab those live wires. Have you ever seen a snake? Somebody that knows how to grab a snake, that's not me, but somebody that knows how to grab a snake, and they go up behind and they grab it right behind the neck, and they've got it so the snake can't turn around and bite them. Okay? It takes skill. Have you ever seen somebody who doesn't know how to do that, try to stick their hand in a box or chase around on the ground a snake without getting bit? It ain't pretty. Okay, that's what's going on in our brain. We're trying to grab these wires and make them stop. We're trying to keep these emotions from just taking over everything right in that moment. And we can't. If you don't have the skills, if nobody's taught somebody who's having this memory or this moment the skill on how to grab that, like you grab a snake behind the head, then it's everywhere. Okay? People have to understand how hard that is, how overwhelming it is. And imagine trying to do all that's going on in somebody's brain and they're trying to stay normal. Because if they freak out, you're going to freak out. Everybody's going to be freaking out. Nobody's going to know what is going on. So people are trying to stay normal and they're overflowed. And sometimes they can't. Sometimes the tears just come. It was just a smell. It was a song. What the heck? Why is this person flipping out? It's because the live wires are going off in their head. It's everywhere. Nobody taught these people the skills. And maybe you're not helping. You, as a friend, if you have a friend that's going through something like this, you have to help them learn how to cope. Calm down. Breathe. Take a step. Say something. Take a moment to gather yourself. There are skills, and I'm going to do some other videos on what those skills are, but it's way more in depth than what I wanted to go through today. I just wanted to give you guys an understanding of what trauma is and what trauma does. If you're a teacher and you have kids in your class, I have adopted kids that come from a third world country. I don't understand the trauma that they've been through. My trauma is way different sometimes than the trauma that they experienced. And I see other parents, and we have groups, support groups, where we talk about this trauma. How do you deal with this trauma? And we talk about how there are people in our lives that don't understand what these kids are going through. They don't understand this trauma. They don't have patience for it. They don't have understanding for it. We have to learn how to have patience and understanding for other people. Have you ever been shocked by a live wire? Have you ever been bit by a snake that you couldn't catch the right way? It's not fun and it's not your fault. So if you're struggling with trauma, if you're struggling with emotions that are taking over in your brain when you feel them, I want to encourage you, one, if at all possible, get a therapist that understands trauma. It is so important. If you have a kid that has been through trauma, get them somebody that knows what they're doing to work with them. Okay? Not anybody can just go teach somebody how to grab a snake, how to grab a live wire without getting shocked. It takes somebody with specialized skill. I'm going to give you some videos coming up with coping things that I have done that have helped me, or things that I have learned that maybe they haven't helped me, but I know that they've helped other people. And so I do want to share those with you. But if you are going through this, you have to figure out how to get those. And if you have somebody, then you need to help them understand what's going on if they don't understand, and also help them to maybe reach out to get those skills that they need. So I hope that this helps you understand just a little bit about what trauma is and what trauma does to somebody, so that we can all start helping other people, and so that we can, be there and be that support for somebody who is going through really, really overwhelming things in their mind. So I hope this helped, and if it did, please share, and please reach out if you need anything. I am here to talk. I've been keeping in touch with several people over the last week since my last video, and that's what I'm here for. That's why I'm doing this. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that this really, really helps some other people. Thanks.